Studio microphone part 1. You already have what it takes. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. What if I told you that you already have everything you need to be great? That the only thing standing between you and your dream life is the way you see yourself? Think about it. The world will only believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. If you walk into a room like you don't belong, people will treat you like you don't. But if you walk in like you own the place, everything changes. Your confidence isn't arrogance. It's your declaration to the world. I'm here, and I deserve to be. This is the beginning of everything. This is Napoleon Hill's first great lesson, backhand index pointing right. You become what you think about. Fire Part 1. The foundation of all success. Desire plus belief. Let's start with one truth. Nothing happens without desire. Not a wish, not a maybe, not a someday. I'm talking about a burning, unstoppable, no matter what kind of desire. Napoleon Hill said it best. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Look at history. Edison didn't just want to invent the light bulb. He was obsessed with it. He failed over 1,000 times. But to him, those weren't failures. They were steps. He didn't see success as a possibility. He saw it as inevitable. That's the mindset you need to build. Not a hope. Not a maybe. But a certainty. Brain, your mind believes what you tell it. Let me ask you this. What do you believe about yourself? Because whatever it is, it's shaping your life. If you believe you're just average, your actions will match. If you believe success is only for the lucky, you'll stay stuck. But if you start believing, truly believing, that you are capable, worthy, and powerful, your life will begin to change. And here's the key. Belief is a choice. You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't need approval from the world. You just need to decide. What the mind can conceive, and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill Memo Step 1. Define what you want. You can't hit a target you don't have. So what do you really want? Not what your parents told you to want. Not what your friends are chasing. Not what's safe. What do you, deep down, truly desire? What wakes you up at night? What vision excites you and scares you at the same time? That's your real goal. And once you know it, write it down. Studies show people who write their goals down are 42% more likely to achieve them. Why? Because it makes your dream real. Concrete. Tangible. So take out a notebook. Write the exact outcome you want. Be specific. Be bold. Man lotus position. Step 2. See it before you live it. Visualization. Now that you've written your goal, it's time to visualize it. See it. Feel it. Taste the success. Picture yourself already living that dream, driving that car, owning that business, walking across that stage, shaking hands in that meeting. Whatever it is, see it vividly. Top athletes do this. Entrepreneurs do this. Presidents, actors, leaders, they all do this. Because when your brain sees something enough, it starts to believe it's already happening. And that belief starts pulling your actions into alignment. But remember, visualization is powerful, but it's not magic. You can't just daydream your way to success. You have to match your vision with relentless action. Rocket. Step 3. Act like it's inevitable. This is where most people fail. They dream, they hope, but they wait. They wait for the perfect time, the right amount of money, the right connections, the right sign. But successful people don't wait. They act like their success is guaranteed. They move forward with boldness, even when nothing is certain. They don't need proof. They create the proof. So from today forward, act like it's already yours. Speak like it. Walk like it. Make decisions like the person you're becoming. Don't wait until you're successful to believe. Believe first, and success will follow. Compass. Parting thought. The world follows certainty. The world doesn't respond to doubt. It doesn't follow hesitation. It follows certainty. People invest in leaders who believe in themselves. People are drawn to energy, confidence, passion. So if you believe you're worthy, if you carry yourself like you're already there, the world will begin to reflect that back to you. Fire, but it starts with you. Write your goal, visualize your victory, take massive, bold action, and never, ever let doubts slow you down. Direct hit recap of Part 1:1. Desire is the starting point. Not a wish, an obsession. Point 2. Belief is a choice. What you think about yourself shapes everything. Point 3. Write it down. Make your dream real and specific. Point 4. Visualize it daily. Train your brain to expect success. Point 5. Act now. Move like it's already yours. Point 6. Carry yourself with certainty. The world follows those who lead themselves first. Sunero. Next episode, Part 2. Silence the noise, master the mind. In Part 2, we'll talk about how to shut out negativity, deal with criticism, build emotional control, and develop bulletproof focus. Studio Microphone Part 2. Master the struggle. Claim the power. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. Let's get one thing straight. You are not weak because you're struggling. You are not failing because life feels heavy right now. The struggle is the path. The pain? That's the process. Every setback, every failure, every sleepless night, it's not breaking you. It's building you. The question is, will you let it? Because the truth is, the most powerful people in the world didn't avoid struggle. They embraced it. They got stronger, smarter, and more dangerous because of it. And today, you're going to learn how to do the same. Fire Part 2, Persistence, Power Circles and Mental Programming. Flex Biceps 1. The struggle makes you strong. Every time you push past failure, you evolve. You gain wisdom, you gain grit, and you gain the scars that teach you how to win. There will be days when quitting feels easier, when the doubts creep in, when your goal feels out of reach. But understand this. If you refuse to quit, you never really fail. The only real failure is stopping before the finish line. Winners aren't those who never fall. They're the ones who never stay down. Make the decision now. No matter what happens, you will persist. When quitting is not an option, collision success becomes inevitable. Handshake 2. Mastermind. Surround yourself with giants. Here's one of Napoleon Hill's greatest discoveries. No one succeeds alone. The most successful people in history had allies, mastermind groups, tight circles of powerful thinkers who lifted each other higher. Henry Ford had Edison. Carnegie built an empire on alliances. Oprah built her empire with powerful relationships behind her. So ask yourself, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they lifting you up, or pulling you down? If you spend your time with people who complain, doubt, or settle for less, you will too. But if you're around people who think big, move fast, and expect excellence, you will rise. Direct hit. Here's how to build your own mastermind. 1. Seek inspiration. Connect with people who have done what you want to do. If not in person, find them in books, podcasts, and videos. Point 2. Protect your mindset. Cut down on time with negative energy. You don't need to hate them, just don't let them infect your goals. Point 3. Give value, don't just take. Add something to the people you admire. Encourage. Share. Support. Be someone worth connecting with. Point 4. Raise your standards. If you want to roll with the best, start acting like it. Hold yourself accountable. Get serious. Demand more from yourself. Your environment is not just a background. It's the soil your mind grows in. Plant yourself in greatness. Brain 3. Control your subconscious mind. Let's talk about your mind. Your subconscious is like a garden. Whatever you plant, grows. If you let fear, doubt, and negativity in, they will take root. But if you plant belief, vision, and success, your life will reflect that. Most people never take control of this. They let the news, social media, and other people plant weeds in their mind, but not you. From today forward, you become the gatekeeper of your mind. Here's how. Start your day with power. Say your affirmations. Look in the mirror and speak victory. Backhand index pointing right. I am the best. I am unstoppable. I am built for greatness. Consume wisely. Read books that elevate you. Watch content that fuels ambition, not fear. Surround yourself with people who expect more from you. Visualize success. See it in your mind. Feel it. Let your brain believe it's real. Your subconscious can't tell the difference between imagined success and actual success. When you believe it, you act like it. High voltage 4. Take bold, decisive action. Let's rewind to the 1930s. The Great Depression. Fear was everywhere. People froze. They hesitated. They waited for things to get better. But a few didn't. They moved, they acted, and they won. They built businesses, made investments, took risks while others played it safe. That's the difference between those who watch history and those who make it. It's the same today. Most people wait for clarity before they act. But the successful, they act, then clarity comes. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop analyzing every little detail. Make bold moves. Take the risk. Adjust along the way. Because the world rewards momentum, not perfection. Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis. Napoleon Hill. Fire 5. Use fear as fuel. Let's get real. Fear is the single biggest killer of dreams. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of not being enough. But listen, fear is a liar. Fear creates illusions. It makes problems seem bigger than they are. But here's the truth. The thing you fear most is often the very thing that will change your life. You don't get rid of fear by waiting. You destroy fear by moving forward anyway. Courage isn't being fearless. It's taking action despite the fear. So if you feel afraid, good. That means you're headed somewhere important. Let fear guide you, not control you. Feel it, then move anyway. That's how champions are made. Direct hit recap of Part 2:1. Struggle builds strength. Refuse to quit and failure becomes impossible. Point 2. Build a mastermind group. Your network determines your net worth. Point 3. Train your subconscious mind. Plant thoughts of power, not weakness. Point 4. Take decisive action. Winners don't wait for clarity, they act and adjust. Point 5. Transmute fear into action. Fear is the compass. Move in its direction. Soon narrow. Coming up next, Part 3. Identity creates reality. In Part 3, we'll go deep on the one thing that determines everything, your identity. You'll learn how to rewire who you believe you are and step fully into the person you're meant to become. Studio microphone. Part 3. Identity creates reality. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. Let me ask you a question. Who do you believe you are? Not who people say you are, not what your past says, not what your circumstances suggest, but deep down, when no one's watching, what identity are you living out? Because here's the truth. Your life will never rise above the identity you hold in your mind. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. And if you want to change your life, you must start by changing how you see yourself. Today, we go deep. Because the world you want is waiting. But it starts inside your mind. Fire. Part 3. Identity, gratitude, vision, stillness, and the one daily target. Brain 1. Identity is destiny. Everything starts with identity. If you see yourself as average, your actions will be average. If you see yourself as powerful, unstoppable, focused, that's exactly how you'll move through the world. You become what you think about. Napoleon Hill. Think of your identity like a thermostat. If it's set at 68 degrees, no matter how much success you achieve temporarily, you'll always cool right back down to your setting. So what do? You raise the setting. You shift your identity. Stop saying, I'm trying. Start saying, I am the kind of person who wins, who follows through, who succeeds. This isn't fake confidence. This is a new standard. It's not pretending, it's programming. Tell your mind who you are, every single day, until the world catches up. Folded hands 2. Gratitude is the greatest leverage. Gratitude is not soft. It's one of the most powerful success tools on earth. Gratitude shifts your state. It sharpens your focus. It gives you energy when nothing else can. Start each morning by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Do it even when you're broke, even when you're tired, even when life feels unfair. Because gratitude flips the switch from lack to abundance. You can't feel fear and gratitude at the same time. One will always cancel the other. When you are grateful for what you already have, you open the door for more. Every single day, write it down. Speak it out loud. Let your heart feel it. Gratitude is fuel. Use it. I3. Vision. See it until you become it. Your future must become more real to you than your present. The people who succeed in life don't just set goals, they live inside their vision. Olympic athletes visualize the win before it happens. Entrepreneurs see the business before they build it. Leaders feel the future before it's even real. That's not fantasy. That's focus. Create a clear, vivid vision of your goal. Write it down. Read it every day. See it in your mind. Speak as if it's already happening. Because the more real it becomes inside, the faster it becomes real outside. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe is already yours. So go there, in your mind, daily. Person. Lotus position 4. The power of stillness. Let's talk about something most people ignore: stillness. Silence. Solitude. In a noisy world, stillness is a superpower. You must learn to pause. To think. To feel. Even just 10 minutes a day of silence can change everything. In stillness, your thoughts get clearer. Your decisions get smarter. Your connection to your purpose gets stronger. Most people are running, reacting, distracted. But the successful, they slow down to speed up. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. But you can't conceive anything powerful when your mind is overwhelmed. Take 10 minutes. No phone. No noise. Just breathe. Let your mind reset. Let clarity rise. Stillness isn't weakness. It's preparation. Direct hit 5. Set one clear daily target. This one idea will change how you perform forever. Every morning, write down one clear target that moves your life forward. Not a long to-do list. Not 20 small things. Just one goal that, if you do it today, will move you closer to your vision. Point 1 Bold conversation. Point 1 Chapter written. Point 1 New pitch. Point 1 Uncomfortable but necessary decision. Most people are busy. Few are effective. Clarity creates power. And power comes from focus. If you can hit one meaningful target every single day, you'll be 365 steps closer to the life you want. 1 year from now. So write it down. And don't stop until it's done. Compass recap of Part 3:1. Identity controls destiny. Become the person who wins before the world sees it. Point 2. Gratitude multiplies everything. Train your mind to see abundance, not lack. Point 3. Vision shapes reality. See it, feel it, become it, every single day. Point 4. Stillness creates clarity. In silence, you become unstoppable. Point 5. One daily target. Simplicity is power. Focus on one mission per day. Sunero coming up next. Part 4. Burning desire and belief. In the next part, we'll unlock the fire inside you, burning desire, and combine it with the greatest force in the universe, belief. The dream is yours, but it starts with wanting it so deeply that nothing can stop you. Studio microphone. Part 4. Burning desire and unshakable belief. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. Let me ask you something personal. Do you wish for success, or do you burn for it? There's a big difference between wanting something and needing it like you need air. The people who win in life don't just hope. They don't just wish, they are obsessed. They are on fire. They've made up their mind, and they refuse to quit until they get what they came for. And when you combine that kind of burning desire with unshakable belief, that's when the universe starts to move in your favor. Today, we go deep into the fire that drives all greatness. Fire. Part 4. Burning desire, belief, faith, and the power of refusal to quit. Fire 1. One word, desire. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Not hope, not interest, not a nice to have. Desire. Every breakthrough, every world-changing invention, every fortune, every victory, started with someone who was absolutely obsessed with a goal. They didn't kind of want it. They couldn't sleep without it. That's the difference. Your desire must be so strong that it becomes your identity. If success is just a preference, the moment things get hard, you'll quit. But if it's your mission, your obsession, you're non-negotiable, you'll fight through every failure. You'll get back up every time. Because people who burn with desire can't be stopped. Thought balloon 2. What you believe, you become. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Belief is not a soft idea. It's a law of life. You will never rise above the image you hold in your own mind. So here's the question. Do you believe, deep down, that you're meant for greatness? Not just on good days. Not just when people support you. But when it's hard. When it's quiet. When no one is clapping. Because that's when belief matters most. You must decide. This is who I am. This is what I do. And nothing will stop me. When you believe you're a winner, you start walking different. You start talking different. Your decisions change. Your energy shifts. Belief is the switch that turns ordinary people into legends. Folded hands 3. Faith. The invisible force that moves mountains. Faith is not religious. Faith is mental, emotional, spiritual. Faith is believing in what you cannot yet see, but feel is already yours. When the world tells you, you can't, faith says, watch me. When doubt creeps in, faith says, this isn't the end. I'm still going. Faith keeps you moving through the storm. It's the inner voice that whispers, you were made for more. Faith is what powered people like Edison, Ford, Oprah, Lincoln, and Carnegie through rejection after rejection. They didn't stop because they had faith in their vision. If they could hold it in their mind, they knew they would one day hold it in their hands. So build that faith. Every day. Through words, through visualization, through action. Faith doesn't come from evidence. Faith creates evidence. Prohibited 4. The refusal to quit. Let's make something crystal clear. Failure is not your enemy. Quitting is. Every great success story is built on setbacks. Winners don't avoid failure. They refuse to stay down. They get knocked down 7 times. They rise 8. They don't let rejection define them. They don't let slow progress kill their dream. They keep showing up, keep swinging, keep believing. You must adopt the same mindset. I don't stop. I don't fold. I don't give up. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. But you must be the one who won't quit. Because success eventually bows to the one who refuses to go away. Light bulb 5. Align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Here's the formula. Desire is your fire. Belief is your anchor. Faith is your fuel. Action is your proof. If one of those is missing, the engine doesn't run right. So ask yourself, do I really want this? Or am I just curious? Do I believe I'm worthy of it? Or am I doubting myself? Do I trust the process? Or am I giving up when it gets hard? Am I moving daily? Or am I just thinking? Because when you align desire, belief, faith, and action, you become unbreakable. Compass. Recap of Part 4:1. Burning desire is the fuel of every great success. Point 2. Belief is the inner certainty that shapes your reality. Point 3. Faith is trusting the process when the outcome isn't visible. Point 4. Refusal to quit is the habit that separates winners from wishers. Point 5. Alignment is power. When thought, belief, and action match, you become unstoppable. Sunero coming up next, Part 5. Mastermind, persistence, and the power of environment. In the next part, we'll dive into why you should never walk the path to greatness alone. We'll uncover the secrets of the mastermind principle, how your circle shapes your success, and why persistence beats talent every time. Your dream is still alive. Keep going. Studio Microphone Part 5. Mastermind, persistence, and the power of environment. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. Let me tell you a secret. Success is never built alone. Behind every world-changing idea, behind every billionaire, behind every powerful leader, there was always a circle, a team, a force of like-minded people who pushed them, challenged them, and refused to let them quit. And if you're walking this path alone, you're walking uphill with no shoes. Today, we talk about one of the most powerful principles in Think and Grow Rich, the mastermind. But that's just the beginning. We'll also talk about the two greatest tools you have, persistence and environment, and how they can shape your destiny. Let's go. Fire Part 5. Mastermind, persistence, and the power of your circle. Handshake 1. Mastermind, the alliance of power. Napoleon Hill said, "No individual may have great power without availing himself of a mastermind." So what is a mastermind? It's not just a group of friends. It's a carefully chosen circle of people who bring ideas, energy, encouragement, and accountability into your life. It's the meeting of minds. And when two or more minds come together with harmony and purpose, a third, invisible force is created. A new level of power emerges. That's the mastermind. History is full of examples. Henry Ford had Thomas Edison. Andrew Carnegie had an entire team of experts behind his steel empire. Napoleon Hill himself was mentored by Carnegie and influenced by the world's richest men. No one builds an empire alone. So ask yourself, who's in your corner? Who's pushing you to level up? Who challenges you to think bigger? If the answer is no one, then it's time to build your mastermind. Magnifying glass to left 2. How to build your power circle. You don't need a big crowd. You need the right people. Start by identifying individuals who are driven, disciplined, and hungry for growth. They might be business partners, mentors, friends who are leveling up, online connections, authors, speakers, and creators you absorb content from. If you can't find them in person, connect with them through their ideas. Then, set regular check-ins. Share goals and hold each other accountable. Solve problems together. Celebrate wins. Learn from losses. Your mastermind becomes your fuel station. Your lab. Your strategy room. It keeps you sharp. It keeps you grounded. And it keeps you moving forward. Collision 3. Persistence. The master key to breakthrough. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated weapons in success. Persistence. Napoleon Hill said, "Persistence is to the character of man as carbon is to steel." In other words, without it you break. Every great achievement in history was born through relentless persistence. Edison failed over 1,000 times. Lincoln lost more elections than he won. Colonel Sanders was rejected hundreds of times before someone said yes to KFC. The difference between winners and the rest? They didn't stop. They kept going when it wasn't convenient. They kept moving when they were tired. They kept showing up, again and again. Ask yourself, are you quitting too soon? Are you giving up after the first? No, because if you refuse to quit, you cannot lose. Brain 4. Environment. The invisible force shaping your life. Your surroundings are either pulling you forward or dragging you down. You can have big dreams, strong desire, clear goals. But if you're surrounded by complainers, doubters, people who fear risk, negative energy, your fire will slowly die. Why? Because environment is stronger than willpower. If you want to fly, you need to stop walking with people who are afraid of heights. So upgrade your environment, clean your space, organize your life, protect your energy. Distance yourself from toxic voices, even if they're familiar. Surround yourself with ambition, positivity, and momentum. Create a space, physically and mentally, where success becomes normal. Compass 5. Combine all three for momentum. Here's the truth. Your mastermind gives you energy. Your persistence gives you progress. Your environment gives you direction. Put them together, and you create momentum. And momentum changes everything. It's what takes you from wishing to winning. So ask yourself right now, who do I need to add to my circle? What do I need to persist through instead of quitting? What in my environment must change for me to level up? Because once you change these, you don't just change your habits, you change your life. Pushpin recap of part 5:1. Mastermind, you become who you surround yourself with. Point 2. Build your power circle. Find people who challenge and grow you. Point 3. Persistence, the ultimate separator between winners and wishers. Point 4. Environment, set yourself up to thrive. Always. Point 5. Momentum, with the right people, mindset, and space, you become unstoppable. Sunero coming up next. Part 6, the final piece, decision, faith, and taking the throne. In the final part of the series, we'll talk about the last law of success. Decision, the ability to decide, act, and move forward without hesitation. We'll tie it all together. How desire, belief, identity, and persistence lead to one final choice, to become who you were meant to be. Studio microphone. Part 6. Decision, action, and becoming unstoppable. Clapperboard hook, opening 1 to 2 minutes. Let's end this the same way all success stories begin, with a decision. Not a wish, not a maybe. A real decision. Because the moment you decide, really decide, who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to give up to get it, that's the moment everything begins to change. Every success story, every empire, every dream fulfilled, starts with one moment of bold clarity. And that's what this final part is about. Decision. Action. Destiny. Let's finish this. Fire. Part 6. The final step. Decide who you are and act like it. White heavy check mark 1. Decision. The power to end all excuses. Napoleon Hill wrote. The man who actually knows what he wants, and is determined to get it, does not bargain. He decides. He moves. He acts. Most people never succeed because they never decide. They say, maybe next year. I'm waiting for the right time. I need more information. But success doesn't come to the hesitant. It comes to the decisive. So ask yourself, have you truly decided that your dream is non-negotiable? Or are you still playing it safe? Because once you decide, really decide, you remove all other options. You burn the boats. You stop entertaining doubt. You commit to your vision with everything you've got. That's when the world starts to open up. Person running 2. Action. Where dreams get built. Let's be clear. Vision is powerful. Belief is crucial. Desire is fuel. But without action, they're just ideas floating in your mind. Napoleon Hill said, knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when applied. That means you can read all the books, watch all the videos, go to all the seminars. But until you get up and move, nothing changes. Your future isn't created in your head. It's created in your habits, in your daily steps, in your work ethic. So move. Take the shot. Launch the idea. Make the call. Say yes to the risk. Action transforms belief into reality. Repeat. Button 3. Repetition turns success into identity. 1. Action is a start, but repetition is where the real change happens. The more you visualize success, speak power into your life, take consistent, bold action, surround yourself with greatness, the more you become the person who wins. It becomes who you are, not just what you do. When success becomes your identity, you stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for signs. You start making moves like it's already yours. Winners don't just try. They train. They don't just act once. They act until. Shield 4. Confidence. The reward of discipline. Confidence is not arrogance. It's not hype. Confidence is knowing that you've put in the work. It's the byproduct of discipline, belief, and persistence. When you've trained your mind, built your circle, stayed consistent, and refused to quit, you don't need to fake confidence. You own it. You walk into every room knowing who you are. You speak with authority. You carry yourself like a king, a queen, a leader, not because life handed you anything, but because you decided to earn it. Direct hit 5. You versus you. The only battle that matters. This journey isn't about proving anyone wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be before fear, doubt, and distractions took over. You already have what it takes. The question is, will you use it? You've learned the power of desire, the necessity of belief, the discipline of action, the importance of environment, the strength of persistence, the strategy of mastermind alliances, the control of your subconscious mind. Now, it all leads to this. Decide, act, Become. The throne is empty. Are you ready to sit in it? Compass final recap of the series. Part 1. You already have everything you need. Train your mind. Act like the best. Part 2. Write your goals, visualize them, and take massive action. Part 3. Control your thoughts, program your subconscious, build your belief. Part 4. Obsessive desire and unshakable faith create unstoppable energy. Part 5. Surround yourself with a winning circle, persist, and elevate your environment. Part 6. Decide. Act. Become the version of you who wins. Microphone closing words. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It belongs to those who decide they deserve it. Those who believe. Those who show up every single day. Those who act even when afraid. Those who refuse to quit. So from this day forward, walk like you've already won. Speak like it's already yours. Think like a champion. Move like a leader. Because you are not here to survive. You are here to build, rise, and lead. This is your time. This is your moment. Now go. Claim your success.